All right, Coach, just a recap of the Charlotte Invitational heading into Paul Short.
We had an opening meet, so to speak, for a lot of our upperclassmen this past weekend. It went really well for us. We had 3 women sub-22 for 6K, with our 5th being right at 22:12, about a 40-second time gap, which is pretty crucial within cross-country with your points being scored 1-5. So I was really proud of the way the girls got after it. Even within the whole top 7 for that gold race, they were all under 23 minutes, and we had a few others in the green race that were under 23 minutes. So that was awesome just to see how deep we are. We've got a lot of options going into this weekend for Paul Short. And then similarly on the men's side, we had a lot of good showings up front in the 1-4 area. We do need to close that gap 1-5, and I think those guys are ready to do that this weekend. And going to Paul Short, we're going to be seeing a much higher caliber in terms of being depth in competition, and we're seeing a lot of nationally ranked teams. 14 of the top 15 teams out of the Mid-Atlantic are going to be there that are regionally ranked on the men's side, and several of those on the women's side as well. So we're going to see a lot of great teams to challenge us and see where we stand at this point in time. Obviously, there's a lot of running to go within the season, but I'm excited to see a couple more Conference USA teams on the women's side and see some of our old A10 foes on both the men's and women's side.
And what will the Paul Short run do with the caliber of teams moving forward?
It will kind of show us, for the teams that aren't there from our conference, it'll see, where we stand against them as they go to their other meets this weekend. There's a big meet in Notre Dame and a couple other bigger meets, and we can kind of match up course similarities and competition similarities and maybe kind of get a little bit of indicator where maybe our team is ranked, so to speak, within the conference, so we can do some fine-tuning and adjustments over the next month to get ourselves really prepared for conference.
And has the workouts been different now that we're in more of a competition phase rather than just going into the Charlotte Invitational?
We have switched things over a little bit, adding in a little bit more speed, a little bit more turnover. We're not in a complete sharpening phase yet. We're not really backing off. We did have a really big workout this week, but we are trying to make sure that our energy systems are getting worked across the board, staying pretty consistent in regards to our weekly setup, strength training, all that good stuff, but maybe a little bit lighter in the weight room. And a little bit faster within the workouts, and we're gradually getting into that racing competition phase. This weekend will kind of be a little bit of a kickoff to that, setting us up nicely 2 weeks out from pre-nationals, and then as we get to pre-nationals, we're going to be in an extreme sharpening phase from there on out.
All right, thank you.
Thank you for having me.